Hi, I'm here to take you hands-on ethical hacking where you become a penetration tester. I'm Ace, a cybersecurity enthusiast. I welcome you all to my channel. Let's begin. Yes, understanding the concept of ethical hacking. What is ethical hacking? What is their role? And what is the job? So, the job is just for ethical hacker to protect a network. Protecting a network, be ahead of any other intruder. It's just like a physical building organization where the physical security secure the building and see any activities. That is in a digital world, that having the right tools, the right knowledge, the vast key, and never tired on research when it comes to digital protection. And this is a job you do from anywhere and you'll be paid very high. It's a soft skill. You work from anywhere, you'll be paid high. You break into system and you'll be paid. When you report the bug, you will pay. So this is a fantastic profession. That is why you never tired on this skill. So let's move on. Who is an ethical hacker? These are also called a penetration testers. They identify the weakness in any network or computer and then provide a countermeasure for before any other intruder or cyber criminal comes in. So this job is highly demanded all the your skill. So what does it take? It takes a lot, persistence, research, because technology involved every day, every time. So you must know how to use the right tools to automate, decrypt, encrypt. So once you have the right tools and you have the skill set, learning, keep improving, and with other research, with other material out there, the wheel is already be invented. It's not for you to invent it, just for you to leverage on it. With your actively research, you will get it right. You know, as a beginner, it's hard, it's confusing because of the tons of tools. It's an open source. You know, if you don't have mentor, don't have any profession, hire hacker, ethical hacker that will guide you on it. It's confusing because of it has different career paths, which is as many. So we have what we call GROC, risk manager, response team, so forth and so on. So I'll bring someone that talks about the career path on this course. So who is ethical hacker? Who is a hacker? So why is ethical hacking? So these are guys, these are professions that secure the asset of any organization, because organization deal with asset, they will deal with information. If any breach occur in any organization, the organization image might be dent or it might even collapse, just as the way some of the bank in our country and all over the world, hospital, government is being breached. So the cybersecurity expert service are be required in any driven organization. They protect before the cyber criminal or the cyber theft comes. So they are always there to protect the network, the activities. When you have the vast knowledge, when you see your network, the way your network, the activities, you might know that okay, there's other network in this network. So with your knowledge and with your research, with your skill, so you know more on it. So we'll see as we do all this on practical. So we have different type of hackers. We have different type. We have the white hackers. These are good guys. These are the good actors that plays a good role with owner permission. That goes into your software or your network and analyze it and come up with the weakness and they fix it. They do not do it for they don't hack for illegal purpose. They are there to solve your issue to protect your network or your applications before the other criminals comes in. So we have the black hat hackers. These are the bad guys. They break into your computer without no authorization and they steal valuables data. When they steal your data, you know what they use for. Can use for phishing, spyware, lot of other activities, spam. So that is why you need the service of ethical hacker that to protect your network. So these guys are there. They are always on the internet searching for any weak application or any weak network, any misconfiguration of network, then goes into it and breach it without your consent, without your knowing. And they damage it, a lot. So they are there for their own profit and gain. They don't mind you. They are there to bridge and put the organization into mixed. So that is why your service is needed. So there are other guys. These guys are there. They break into your network. They are called the grey hat hackers. They are for bounties. Where you are good in cybersecurity, when you are good in discovering weakness, you break into without their own permission, but you report. They are not doing it for their selfish interest. They do this just to test the vulnerability of any network or applications. Then you pay them for the bugs. They are called hunters. They are called hunters. That's some of what some of us do. We don't search for job. We go online. You look for vulnerability and you report. That is that. Let's look the skill. There are skills that you required. You must be good in internet research. You must be good in using the internet. Once you are good in using the internet, you can research. That is why I create a soft skill. You can be in anywhere and be doing your research. You leverage in other people's tools. You leverage in other people's materials. You research and you have good idea with mentorship and some of this course. You must be good in research. You must be good in researching and programming. You must have idea, the concept in programming. When you come to bug bounty, we'll do course on it. You must be good in coding. You have idea in coding. I said earlier that these are already been invented. It's just for us to modify. We modify the code. We inject. It's what we call SQL injection. We call SS injection. We call the blind injection. We call DOMs. So we'll do this as we are moving on. So that is why you must have idea in programming. But without that, we'll still teach it anyway. Let's move on. So let's look at the modules. We'll install and configure our lab. We'll install, we'll look at the specification of system. We'll install our lab. We'll configure our lab. We'll test labs. We'll test network. We'll test systems. We'll take application. So we'll look at the Kali Linux commands and we'll do it practical. We'll do that practical. That's why this course is called hands-on practical. It's hands-on. You research and it's easier. So you spend time. Materials are there. It's just for me to guide you. You do what I do. You can go on and do your research and continue with it. It's not meant for lazy man. Don't meant for lazy guys. If you want to be an ethical hacker, you must spend thousands of hours before you become what you desire. With setting up your lab up, you don't break into people's networks. Don't go and bring people's server down or bring their website down. That is why we have different labs. We're going to set it up and see how it works. So we do call information gathering. There are procedures what they will call active and passive. There are tools out there that we are going to use. We'll gather the information, we enumerate it. It's called enumeration. The procedure is this site alive? Is this network alive? We have different procedure that we carrying out to know that yes, this is a sub target. This is the target. We bus directory research and do our currency. So we have system hacking. So that when we set our lab up, we install different labs. When we install different lab, we'll try it on our various lab. So that's how it goes. So we have what called the web application hacking. Now that's the website. We have different type of website. We have static and dynamics. So we test all this. What are we looking for? We test the functionality of a web application. Yes. So there are function, there are error that you see, you know that okay, it's vulnerable to this injection, it's vulnerable to this IDOR, it's vulnerable to. So we look at all this. We have what we call wireless hacking, whereby there are what we call alpha. Yeah, we install it on our system. We on the wireless. Anybody that taps into it, we can. When taps into it, we have access. That is handshake. There's what we call two-ways handshake sync. So that's how that one go. There's what we call social engineering. Social engineering, we do it practical. A lot of people post their information online without knowing the implication. We don't post information online when you are here, you are eating, you are in your restaurants, you are traveling, you post your information. We can use this social means to track you, impersonate you. And that's what the fraudster did. That's what they are doing. So you don't just post your information online anyhow. So that's how it will work on that one. Post exploitation. We use Metasploit. We use any other tools. There are a lot of terms there. Now test and so evidence gathering and report. So after all this, we report. Give it to the organization. Report, and they pay you for it. So thank you.